Smart play here from Chang.
Why?
That goes wide. I've played on public courts where the net is a chain-link fence.
Yeah, and it goes through. Yeah.
If you're a net and you really chum a volley, man, you get it right back in your nose.
We've all done that. As a matter of fact, Fred plays most of his tennis net, chain-link fence net.
No, Tanbury Isle would not permit that, Cliff. We have very good netting and good solid nets down there.
15 love.
But there's still a lot of discussion over that net cord from yesterday. You can't get people to agree on that. Mark Darby, the supervisor, still claims that ball went through the net yesterday. The chair umpire said it went over the net.
Right.
And it looked as though it went over the net the way we had to look at it on the replay, as did that one. But so you're still going to get arguments.
Dan's trying to get behind Becker. He is a slow starter by nature.
30 love. Yeah, he started out well yesterday, didn't he? And then
got the first service break and then lost his opening serve to get back even. Look at this. This is a thinking Michael Chang again. Becker gets that, so he just figures he's got to guess. Chang does. He's gone over to cover the backhand volley cross court. Becker saw that and pushed it down the line. It wasn't a very good shot from Chang, so he had to guess.
nets that one, and it is 30 all in this game. Chang hasn't done well when he's got to this year-ending event. This is his fourth straight year, but he didn't win one in '92. In '93, he took out a Jim Courier who was in a really bad mood, as you may remember. And last year, he took out Beresitegi, the clay courter. Everybody took him out. This year, so things have really turned around. 2-1 after the round robin.
Yeah, he's won more matches here in 1 year than he's won in his previous visits. He's been here on 4 consecutive occasions.
Game point Chang. He lost to Thomas Enquist in the round robin, but he beat Courier and Thomas Muster, and that qualified him for yesterday's match in the semi-final with Sampras, and then he took out the top player in the world.
That point there is indicative of Michael Chang picking up some cheap points. You get a 30 all, you get a first serve in, and you get to 40-30, as opposed to a couple of years ago, he would have had to work his way through that.
Chang holds on. Hasn't been that easy, but he hasn't lost a game yet. Chang has a 3-0 lead over Boris Becker here in Frankfurt in this final match. This is the final year that the event will take place in Frankfurt at the Festhalle. We asked Boris his thoughts on the tournament's move.
Well, it was a Festhalle for me the last 5 years, and I'm just, first of all, I'm very happy the way it has been going, but also very sad because from next year on we're going to Hanover. I mean, it's still in Germany, but I've never played there. I just know that we're leaving a very good place with the spectators who know very much about the game, who respect foreigners very much. It's not like when I go there that they boo the other players or they don't support them anymore, but I mean, they're a bit more behind.
We're talking to Ion Tiriac this morning, who is going to help them with the promotion of the event in Hanover, and he says, I know people are talking about it and how great this place is. Wait until next year. And then make up your mind, because I got some special things in mind for Hanover, and he's done a really super job in the couple of events that he puts on, so who would bet against him?
Jan Tiriac is an unbelievable tennis promoter. He's got the Essen tournament, and he's going to have Frankfurt next year.
And Stuttgart as well.
And he's got Stuttgart, and they're beautifully done.
Well, along with the ATP, this is where they have all their meetings. There's meetings upon meetings here in Frankfurt, and it's the ATP Tour finale, and it's done very, very well.
It's a pity that Tiriac, who for so long, there's Jan Tiriac
with
in
the glasses,
month, obviously, and Jelko Frnulovic, the tournament director. It's a pity that Tiriac and Becker have not spoken since Becker separated himself from Tiriac in July of '93. A nice-looking ace for Boris Becker. He's had a couple now, none yet for Michael Chang. It's a pity that, in fact, when they talk of each other, they call each other Mr. Tiriac and Mr. Becker. And I think in many, many ways they were very good for each other, but there's still very much animosity between them now. There's Michael Chang's first ace. Had a little pop on it, about 120 miles an hour.
That's the first unforced error.
That's right, from Chang against 6
Chang.
from Becker. Big old swing volley.
Took his eye off that, hit it on the frame.
Lent for service.
Michael Chang has got so many good things going for him. He's a relatively little man, but he's got some very big results. He's won 4 or more titles 3 years in a row, 60 matches in those 3 years, 18 titles over the past 4 seasons. His last title was in Beijing, and he had a very good year this year in Grand Slams for the first time. A finalist at the French Championships this year. Got to the semi-final and the Australian Open. Quarters of the US. The only Grand Slam he ever won was the French in '89 over Edberg in the final, and he had in the round of 16 that memorable match with Ivan Lendl.
We've talked about how good he is in Asia, and this year in the circuit over there, the indoor circuit, the last few months, he won in Tokyo and Beijing and lost only 1 set in 10 matches. That's pretty good hitting.
Yeah, took no chances with that one. He knew that Becker would at least make a move forward, although he was in the driver's seat. And he threaded the needle. Chang has a game point for 4 love.
Watch Becker's volley there. See, that's why it's a very flat grip on that one. He doesn't lay the racket back far enough to make that angle, and that's what popped the ball way up in the air for Chang. And Chang is just too quick not to get to those.
Chang holds on, and it is 4 games to 1. Chang, he's got the break in the first set.